The FEC filings, the Federal Election Commission filings, are in. And everybody has been scratching their head about why Kyrsten Sinema would not want Build Back Better or would not want voting rights. I think we have come across at least one part of the answer. According to FEC filings, this is over at Amy Vanderpool's newsletter, Shero, as in the, she, hero, SHERO.substack.com is the website. And Amy does just a brilliant job with this particular Substack newsletter. I've been a subscriber for quite some time. She writes, according to recent FEC filings, Senator Kyrsten Sinema brought in $1.6 million in contributions for the fourth quarter. That's for a 3-month period. Only $33,900, only 34,000 of that $1.6 million was unitemized. In other words, less than $200. In other words, small donations. And when you look at the large donations, you find people like Harlan Crow, a conservative donor who the Texas Tribune called the J.R. Ewing level rich Republican. Ken Langone, who has been outspoken in his support for conservative causes. Nelson Peltz, who says he called Senator Joe Manchin every week. And Miguel Mike Fernandez, a Florida man who made billions in health care. George Roberts with the American Petroleum Institute. And Fox News Corporation gave Kyrsten Sinema's PAC money. By the way, Joe Manchin has also received money from Fox News. In September, Amy Vanderpool's newsletter, Shero, reported that Senator Sinema took in at least $923,000 from dark money industry groups. This is the previous quarter, who are financially backing her in the charge against Biden's Build Back Better agenda. She has also been praised for her heroic efforts, in quotes, in attempting to kill the earlier reconciliation bill that would have helped Democrats pass critical voting legislation, and as well as Build Back Better. Amy Vanderpool notes, these recent donations by conservative backers also ensured a victory a few weeks ago in stopping the Democratic plan to reform voting rights. So, as I had this conversation with Patrick in East Lansing a little while ago, Democrats are taking dark money. And, the Biden campaign took dark money. And according to the Wall Street Journal, and some other sources out there, Democrats are getting more dark money than Republicans, or at least did in the 2020 election cycle, which may be true on its face, but does not account for the literally billions of dollars that are spent supporting the Republican Party's infrastructure support system that is not actually the Republican Party. You've got groups like FreedomWorks. You've got all these right-wing organizations, the Independent Women's Forum. I mean, lots and lots of ALEC, all these other things. You've got think tanks, not just nationally like Heritage and Cato and whatnot, but you've also got think tanks in every single state that have been funded by these right-wing billionaires. And none of that is counted as dark money going to Republicans. But all of it is supporting the Republican agenda and the Republican Party. But the larger issue here, frankly, I think, and I think, Kyrsten Sinema's FEC filings bring this up, is, you can sit around and say, oh, my God, Kyrsten Sinema's on the take, and, part of the money she's taking is being designed to screw us, and that may well be true. But those are the rules of the game, right? She's not doing anything illegal here. You could say it's immoral or you don't like it, but it's not illegal. If the NFL changed their rules so that whichever team gave the largest cash donation to the NFL got an extra man on the field throughout the game, don't you think every team in the league would be shoveling money at the NFL as fast as they could? I mean, this is a problem not of one senator. I mean, dark money is, Ro Khanna is probably one of the few congressman who, he's a member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. Most members of that caucus refuse to take money from PACs, from corporate PACs. But he doesn't have to refuse. The law is that, hey, it's fine, it's all good. What we need to be doing, rather than bashing Kyrsten Sinema upside the head, I think that's frankly for, Democrats in Arizona to figure out. What we need to be doing is changing the rules. And yeah, I get it that the Freedom to Vote Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Enhancement Act actually did that. It required the open disclosure of a lot of this dark money. And Sinema voted against those things, or at least against allowing the filibuster to end so that they could be voted on. So there is kind of a catch-22 here, but still, it seems to me that the real villain here is the rules, is Citizens United in 2010. We have to overturn the damage the Supreme Court did to this country.